Abigail Adams to John Adams, 1st May, 1780. My dearest friend, last week arrived at Boston the Marquis de Lafayette, to the universal joy of all who know the merit and worth of that nobleman. He was received with the ringing of bells, firing of cannon, bonfires, and he was so kind as to forward my letters immediately, but his haste to set off for Philadelphia deprived me of the honour of a visit from him at Braintree, which I had hoped for, and but just gave me the opportunity of writing him a billet. I am just informed that the General Pickering is to sail from Salem in a day or two, and that my letters must be instantly ready. I was in hopes that the new state frigate called the Protector would have gone, but find it other ways determined. I have written to you by Mr. Guile, who goes first to Amsterdam. I could have wished that those letters had gone by this vessel, as it is the first direct conveyance I have had since you left me. You will be so good as to notice the dates of letters which you receive from time to time. I shall then be able to judge what is necessary to repeat, if any should be lost. I will, however, mention again that Captain Babson arrived, and that I received the articles you ordered for me to the amount of £40 sterling. All your letters have come safe to hand that you have written since you left me, except what may be on board the Alliance, who is not yet arrived, by which I hope the tide of fortune is turned in my favour. I enclose a set of bills. I have been particular in my letters by Mr. Guile, but as I wish a return by this vessel, and lest he should not arrive, I will repeat that I requested you to send me 12 ells of black and white striped lutestring or changeable. Mr. Bonfield sent a piece to Mr. Warren, the same kind I want, would send a pattern but have none, and 12 ells of lead coloured proper for mourning. The first I want for Nabby, the other for myself, as I greatly fear I shall soon have a call for it. Your brother will soon be a widower, we all apprehend. His wife is in the last stages of a consumption, has been confined to her room for more than 2 months, and in circumstances too other ways alarming. I added to those a piece of black ribbon common width and a piece of narrow about 4 or 5 soles per yard, 3 yard of black plain gauze, and 6 figured, 2 black fans, 3 black gauze handkerchiefs. I also mentioned that what remained of the bills you might, if you pleased, order, remitted in common calico low-priced handkerchiefs and fans, which are articles that turn to the best account here. I have enclosed a list of some articles for cotton tufts, for which he paid me 7 louis d'ors to be deducted from the bills in lieu of the calico, and other articles provided you find yourself in the least straitened, which I fear you will. The remittance from Bilboa will render me very comfortable for this 12-month, even though I should purchase the land which belonged to Natal Belcher, which I have written to you about. I have drawn one bill of $100 in favour of Bomstead for you-know-what. He used formerly to have £50 for the best sort. I could not get it so low now, but have paid the rest myself by turning my handkerchiefs, a part of them, to very good account. I would not have drawn at all, but hoped to make a purchase of the land. Received the present by the Marquis. You desire to know what I want that may be sent in the same manner, a piece or two of Holland apron tape, a pair of silk mitts or gloves, an ell or two of muslin or figured lawn, and as a little of what you call frippery is very necessary towards looking like the rest of the world, Nabby would have me add, a few yard of black or white gauze, low-priced black or white lace, or a few yards of ribbon, but would have Mama write to Papa at the same time that she has no passion for dress further than he would approve of, or to appear when she goes from home a little like those of her own age. But I must add that I do not wish you to send much of any of these articles in this way, as I find by comparing the articles you were so kind as to send me with those put up, both by Mr. Bonfield and the other gentleman, whose name I cannot undertake to spell, that they turn out much dearer by retail. The handkerchiefs are exceeding nice, but being linen, they will not last like the India silk, which are hardly so high-priced, and which here will fetch double. Crosby has had his meadow measured again and makes 6 acres and a quarter. French measured it and has given a plan of it. It will not do to call for another measure. It will multiply to 7, so I must settle in the best manner I can. I have a castle in the air which I shall write to you upon by the next opportunity, either for you to laugh at and reject, or to think of if practicable. I wrote to Mr. Lovell 2 months ago that I feared you would be embarrassed if he did not supply you. I shall, as you desire, repeat it to him. I have written to my dear sons by Mr. Guile. Your daughter, too, has written to you. If I have time, I shall not fail writing to Mr. Thaxter, who is very good to remember me so often. I highly esteem both him and his letters. I found him to be all you describe him, and knew you could not be better suited. I am happy, however, in finding that my loss is your gain. I really miss his services and attentions. Our friends are in pretty good health, excepting Sister Adams. Your worthy parent is much broken by the severity of the winter. Mine stood the winter, well, but fails much more than I have known him this spring. So many others will write you the state of politics that I believe I shall not touch upon them. I have enclosed Philadelphia papers and journals. Our currency, too, is a subject which you must learn from others. If I can procure sufficient to pay my taxes, I shall be content. I want no more. I will just mention that the last year's tax upon only 2 acres and half of meadow in Milton was $60, and a parish tax for the land you own in the next parish, $50. This year, 'tis impossible to say to what amount they will rise. The tenants are all scared and declare they will quit farms, as is impossible for them to pay half the taxes. Mine talked in the same strain, but finally concluded to tarry another year. This letter wholly upon business must conclude with an assurance of the most affectionate regard of your Portia compliments to Mr. Dana and to my correspondent, Madam Grand. Thank you for joining us as we explored the life and legacy of John Adams. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends who might appreciate learning about this influential figure in American history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more engaging content on historical figures and other educational topics. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Want to learn more? Check out the link in the description for homeschool materials that will enhance your understanding of John Adams.